Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is, oh my gosh, Tuesday, July 22nd, almost heading toward the end of the month. We've got a great lineup for you showing at the Pack. Tickets are going to go on sale this Friday, the 25th. I can't wait to tell you about that a little bit later. But first, today we've got a really amazing show for you lined up. We've got a lot of information that you're going to want to know about. So grab a cup of coffee and stay with me because Gary Russell's going to be here with us with the PC Club. We know that tech is always changing, always updating, almost on a daily basis. So we want to keep you informed on that. And then later in the show, we've got Salus Home Care with Bode Swanson and Quincy Novell. They're going to talk to us about how important it is to hire in-home health care through an agency and the dangers if you don't. So stay with me for those two segments. But first, folks, I do want to tell you about this Whitney Houston Legacy. This will be performed on Saturday, October 25th at the Pack, as I said earlier. Tickets will go on sale this Friday. Hard to believe it is the end of the month. At the Pack box office, or you can go to tickets.lagunawoodsvillage.com. For more information, you can also call 949-597-4289. Charity Lockhart is going to be performing, and it said that she's got a voice that soars through the octaves with ease and emotion. She redefines what it means to be a powerhouse in today's music scene. Hope everyone gets a chance to go over and see that Whitney Houston Legacy. I know I loved her in the 80s. She was my icon. Let's take a look at our weather this morning. Not much more to tell you about. Over the next few days here in the village, we're keeping things cool and comfortable as they have been for the past couple of months. Mornings will start out cloudy as the marine air drifts in. But each afternoon will bring clearing skies with sunshine. Today's highs will reach about 76, climbing up to 80 by Thursday before reducing in temperatures as we approach the weekend again. All in all, perfect weather for enjoying some time outdoors. Sunrise this morning was at 5:56 a.m. Sunset will be at 7:57 p.m. We thank Lori Malawa for sending this image in of Croatia. I sure love Europe. I sure love your photos that you send in also. There's been a lot of great ones coming through, and I want to see yours too. So email those to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Please send us your name, where the photo was taken from, like Lori did, and in a horizontal format, please. Next up, we've got just one meeting to tell you about that was actually canceled. So you don't have to worry about that. But after the break, folks, please stay with me because we've got the PC Club coming up with a lot of great information that you are going to need to know about.
Simple is beautiful. At Pacific Cremation Services, we've spent 10 treasured years helping families craft simple, memorable services for their loved ones, including memorials at sea. Starting at just $1,595, our thoughtful cremation plans provide everything you need to commemorate your loved one. It's been our honor to serve families in Orange County and beyond for the last decade. Thank you for your trust. Visit our website or give us a call to discover simplicity.
Do you or your loved ones want to continue living at home safely, but are starting to see signs of Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's? Maybe it's recent strokes or falls. Having a caregiver at home can be the best way to keep you in home safely. Home Helpers has been providing caregivers for over 25 years. Call us today or join us at Laguna Cafe for free pie and coffee, and we'll answer your questions about caregiving. It's the first Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., and space goes quickly, so RSVP now.
I want to save other lives as best as I can. Taking care of the heart during heart surgery ultimately takes care of the whole person. What's really amazing about Hoag is you have this system of institutes where we can group together physicians and practitioners who are all specialized in the same area, so nobody has to leave Orange County. Patients can stay here and get the highest quality of care.
He walked down the pitch-black hallway, the kind that swallows every whisper.
Computing isn't what it used to be. At the Laguna Woods PC Club, we're committed to keeping you ahead of the curve. Our state-of-the-art workshop boasts over 30 computers, scanners, and printers. Our dynamic seminars, led by experienced volunteers, cover the latest trends in computing. Embrace the future of computing with us. The Laguna Woods PC Club.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Who doesn't love technology? Well, the PC Club is here to keep you on top of all things technology, and I think they offer as many classes as the technology changes. But here to tell us more, we've got Gary Russell.
Good morning.
President, PC Club.
That's right.
Welcome.
Great to be here.
Always lovely to have you. I know that I can always learn a lot from you.
Well, we try our best.
Gary, let's start off with your mission. What is the mission of the PC Club?
Right. We are about really three things. The Learning Center, our education program where we teach community members free of charge on a variety of subjects, from very basic things about how a computer works all the way up to AI. And then right next door, we have the workshop or the lab where you can come in and get help. Bring your laptop in or just use one of our PCs, all Windows 11. And then the third is the tax program, which has just been phenomenally successful for us.
I know you've helped over 1,000 people.
1,400 people this year. It was a record. Barbara Harris just does a phenomenal job. And we won some awards and all kinds of stuff. So it's a very successful, hardworking crew. I think well over 50 volunteers.
Now, Gary, does that stack up to like late March, early April? Are they working around the clock?
It's crazy. Yeah, it starts in January, February, and then right up to April 15th and then beyond. So it's just a whirlwind of activity in there.
Let's talk about that for just a second. You know, I stumble on my dates almost every day that I host the show because I cannot even get it through my head how fast time is going.
Right.
January's going to be here before we know it.
Right.
What do you think that people should start thinking about when they should come to you? Do they need to make an appointment? Tell us the basics.
Well,
on how
better
that
than
works.
me knowing that, Barbara Harris is running some classes even here in the summer about preparation for 2025's taxes, right? So as she's finishing up 2024, sometimes the delayed submittals,
Sure.
you know, the extensions, she's already getting prepared for next year. So I would invite folks to go on our website, go under register for a class and check out what's coming up.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. I know that's going to be here before we know it. Just
Yeah,
like everything
it
else.
never stops, right?
It never stops. So talk to me about your learning center.
Right, we have a myriad of Windows 11 computers where you can come in and learn. Some of our classes are hands-on, right, where you'll actually participate, and some are more lecture only. And shown on the screen is just an assortment of all the classes that we offer. I highlighted a few because they are kind of new and special. The generative AI and ChatGPT, I think by now just about everybody's heard of it, but not everybody's familiar with how to use it. So we walk you through what it can do for you, and I think people are blown away on the variety of things you can use ChatGPT for. And then home networks, broadband, and streaming. I teach that class, and I'm helping folks to get ready for using smart TVs in a different way of streaming entertainment. So we'll start small and easy, and a lot of folks are doing this already, but we'll just advance them more. And then and that includes getting a new email if by chance you're using the FEA or Comline. We have to get folks over to a new email. You know,
And that's because of the Ting conversion?
the conversion, that's exactly right. So Barbara, who I just mentioned, teaches a class on everything Google, right? We have a class on another instructor on Google passwords, and then I'll be doing, how do you set up a Google account, right? And get a free Gmail address. What is that process like, right? So we'll walk through. And then I also highlighted a couple in red that are a little different than technology, but they're on the history of the village and the trusts. and the governing documents and how important that is to our community. And our instructors do a phenomenal job on that too.
And so that's open for anybody to go and view and access?
Yeah, these aren't like online available. We don't do that. We ask you to come in, donate a little bit of your time, but they're free. And anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours long each. And you know, people get a lot out of them, I think. And we're requesting subjects like, what would you like to learn about that we're not doing today? Or you'd like us to do more of? So we'll open it up for that too.
And so tell me about the process of registering for one of your
Hopefully
classes.
real easy. Shown there is our website right on the homepage in the upper right. Register for a class will also let you just preview the classes. So you don't have to register yet. You can go and preview. It'll tell you the date, the time, the title, a little summary or synopsis of what the class is about, who the instructor is, and how many seats are still available. Occasionally we fill up and we're waitlisted, but usually you can get in. A lot of times there's plenty of space available. So that's a great way. And then for those in our database, which is about almost 3,000 people, I think we eclipsed 3,000, we send out a newsletter every week. Hey, here's the classes coming up. And we do that for our classes as well as our sister organization, the MAC Club, and the MAC classes that are coming up. So there's multiple ways to get info. And then the flyers that are in all the clubhouses also list the upcoming classes, in this case, July and August. There's several ways to know about what's coming up.
Fantastic. Gary, do you do any one-on-one, hands-on? Let's say somebody has a desktop, laptop, and they were hacked.
Yeah.
And compromised.
Right.
Can they request help from the PC Club?
Yes. The first way to do it is to come in the workshop, which, and I know there's a slide coming up, but Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We have helpers in there that are, we call them supervisors, and they'll do their best to try to help you if you bring your computer in, your laptop in. If that doesn't work or you need more one-on-one, we have contractors that are for hire, and they're on our website too. To the far right under About, it'll say Contractors for Hire, and you can request somebody to come out to your home and help you at home too.
Fantastic, because I know that's an ongoing and growing problem.
It is a big problem, and again, it's another class I teach, but I try to stay at least closely, in front of what the scams are, or at least what they are proposed to be. We now, besides have PayPal scams, we have Medicare, the toll road, right? It's always changing.
Everything.
Fortunately, the process to deal with it and what you do is just about the same in every case. Don't panic, right? Don't click on the link, don't call the number they say, call it, an independent number and verify. So the bad guys are getting stronger out there, and we have to stay in front of it. And there's a lot of organizations out there working on antivirus software and scam prevention.
The impersonations of the websites are just incredible.
They're getting better and better and better, aren't they? I mean, it's not easy to tell a phishing with a PH, scam anymore, because it looks so authentic. And one of the ones that drives me nuts is UPS or FedEx says, hey, click here to track your package. Well, most of us are expecting a package, right? So it's very easy to sort of fall prey to that and click on it. But just pause first. Don't
really need to look at the URL address to make sure it's the address that you want.
Right. And I'll tell you, there's new AI bots or programs where you can upload a text you got or an email you got and ask it, is this a scam? It is remarkable.
I've done that with ChatGPT before, and it called it out.
And it did.
This is a great story for another time, because we're out of it for today, but I'll share it with you next time.
Excellent.
Thank you, Gary.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
All right.
Such important information. All right, folks, when we get back from the break, we are going to be talking to Solace Home Care. So stay with us.
21 years ago, I started Sayless Home Care because I saw a need for a professionally run home care organization in Laguna Woods. I wanted to build on 3 principles. 1, ease for the client. One call to Sayless Home Care will put you on the right path. 2, quality. Medicare ranks Sayless among the highest home health and hospice providers in the state. 3, trust. We've been in business for 21 years. Call Sayless and let us show you why we've been in business longer than any other home care company in South Orange County.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Do you know the dangers of in-home care service? There's a lot of them, and my guests today are going to enlighten you with some information that I think that you need to know about. We welcome Bode Swanson and Quincy Novell with Solace Home Care. Hello, you two.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Good to be back.
Nice to have you back.
Yeah.
Quincy, it's the first time on the show. Welcome. Thank you for coming. I know that we've got a lot of important things to talk about, as we were discussing before the show. I've had family members fall victim to some of these topics. But before we go there, let's talk about the history of caregiving in Laguna Woods Village.
So I've been with Sayless for almost 14 years now. I've been in the industry about 30 years. So I've seen a lot of change over the years, and we love to help. We love to keep clients protected, and it's always best to go through an agency versus private.
Yeah, historically speaking, a lot has changed legally. When I started in this industry in 2003, it was just kind of coming out of obscurity. It was kind of a small mom and pop industry, and more and more people were needing the service. So as the demand has grown, of course, the state of California has gotten involved, and they've tried to regulate it and control it. And so what used to be a reasonably priced service, $15 an hour when this is 2003, 2004, 5, now is more like $40, $38, $40 an hour. And so people might ask, well, why? Why is it so expensive now compared to what it was 10 years ago or 15 years ago? And the reason is since the state got involved, they've created a lot of legal parameters that we now have to work around, like overtime, and there's a sleep benefit, and there's meal time, and all these things that didn't used to exist. So now we have to cover all that. But the reason I feel like it's important for people to understand the history of caregiving or in Laguna Woods is the main question might be, why is it so expensive? And the reason is we are covering workers' comp, we are covering liability insurance, we are covering or ensuring that the client is protected against all eventualities, really, in the home. Wherein if you hire privately someone from care.com or Facebook or your neighbor's caregiver's cousin, there's no protections. And then you're really vulnerable and you can be taken advantage of.
Absolutely. So when did the certification come to be?
Do you remember? 2000? I
don't remember.
It's probably been 10 years. I don't remember the exact year.
It was AB 241?
Yeah.
Do your clients generally feel safer having a service like yours, where they know all of those bases are being covered?
I think for the majority, yes. I mean, as soon as we explain the reasons why. I mean, we do carry, they're all employees of our agency. We don't 1099 any of them. And we cover them for liability. And a lot of people don't know that after you hire someone and you have them for multiple years, once a patient passes and you no longer need them, they can go after you for unemployment, and you still have to pay this person for up to 6 months.
So that's just one example of a risk by not using an agency.
Yes. I have a patient in Laguna Woods who had a private caregiver. I got this case through Adult Protective Services. But she had a caregiver for, I think, up to 7 years, a live-in for her husband. When he passed away of Parkinson's, this was during COVID time, they could not kick this live-in out of the home. She had to get an attorney for that, and she had to pay unemployment. So she needed a caregiver for her. She had to pay us for caregiving, as well as covering the caregiver that was private for her husband who had passed away.
And so what gave that caregiver the right or the idea that she had the right to remain in the home?
It was a male, and I think I don't know what
like
they
a
call
squatter?
it. Yes, it was squatter law or whatever.
So the laws were in his favor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a 6-month battle before they finally got him out. And she also had to pay unemployment, which was a very sad thing for her.
But with an agency, like, we would never do that. I mean, we would never put a client in a situation where someone uninvited or unwanted is in your home. As a matter of fact, if you have a caregiver through our agency and for whatever reason you don't like the caregiver, it's not a good fit, personality, just change it. So we're never putting a client in harm's way. The other thing about the 1099 versus W-2, you know, we employ all of our caregivers. When a caregiver comes in that's hired privately, the client also has to file their taxes, also has to issue the 1099 for the patient. So there's all these little legal parameters that they have to kind of work within and obey in order to stay compliant with the law. And no caregiver is telling a client that. No age, and I'll just say one more thing. A lot of times, the 1099 companies will pose as a W-2 agency like Salus. They'll say, "Oh yeah, you know, like we, you know," they'll pretend like they're doing things in a legitimate way, but they're actually not. So the red flag, I always say, if you going rates now for an hourly caregiver are around 40,
35
right?
to 38 if it's 8 hours or more.
So high 30s. If you see an agency that's low 30s, it should just be a red flag.
Red flag.
I'm not saying that it's definitely a bad actor or whatever, but no one can afford to run a company doing things legally and pay a caregiver $30 an hour.
Right, unless
Do your
they're
research.
working for themselves, which brings me to my next question, which is super important because there's so many fraudsters out there. Let's say we've got grandma, mom, dad looking on Facebook or looking on Craigslist, or maybe it's word of mouth, and they find, I'm going to call it an imposer, a caregiver imposer.
Yep.
I mean, what are the risks there?
It's the same thing. They're private. And, you know, many people think they're protected because they will show them their little HCA license, which is their home care license through the state of California. But that only means that they went through the state to get their certification.
The personal certification.
But no one keeps track of them after they get that.
Yeah, and
if
is
they were
there any
arrested
phone number
after.
to call to verify
Good question.
these individuals?
I don't know.
There is a number. I don't have that with me right now, but yes. But that doesn't mean that they have workers' comp insurance. It doesn't mean that they can go after, you know, they could still go after for unemployment because you're hiring them privately. If you are writing a check and paying the client or paying the caregiver privately through your own checkbook, you're carrying all liability.
Yeah. Yeah, so the certification just means that their skills have been checked.
Sure.
Which is good. And a lot of the times, people are going to be fine. If you do hire someone privately, we're not saying that it's all doom and gloom. Sometimes, most of the time, you're probably going to get lucky. But is it worth the risk?
Well, I'm just a little jaded because, as I was sharing with you before the show, my mom befriended somebody who imposed as her lover, and she was highly taken advantage of, even while I'm in the picture, even while I'm in the house, you know, daily checking on her, going back and forth, and he would sneak in, and he would take valuables. I mean, it becomes a nightmare. And to your point, Quincy, trying to get these people out of the house, it's a nightmare. I mean, can you imagine going home and having to sort of act like life is normal when a person is in your house? I mean, to me, it's just absolutely not worth any risk. It's not worth saving $10 an hour whatsoever. So I don't always mean to be doom and gloom, but I just know how important the subject is.
And many clients who have found a caregiver, say on care.com, you know, sometimes they'll call me and just get advice, and I always say, we can hire them. If you'd rather be protected, you can ask that caregiver to apply with us.
Good point.
And go through some of those background checks that we do just to make sure that they're an employee of the agency. But they would have to qualify, of course.
So Any tips on how to spot or recognize somebody who's not necessarily legitimate?
Yeah, I would say if you go through Laguna Woods Social Services, pretty safe bet. I think they're going to give you agencies that are bona fide. If you're going through word of mouth or your neighbor's caregiver, or if it's just kind of just around the village, it's a little risky. And like I said, if you see a rate that feels a little low compared to agencies that social services is recommending, then that's a red flag, big red flag, and you should do a little more homework. And you can call Salis, you can call Quincy. We don't need to have all the business. We just want to do good in the community. So if someone just wants advice, or they just want to, like, is this legitimate, or does this look okay, or what, we'll tell you. We don't need to, like, box somebody out and win the business. We're really here just because we want to do good and help the community. Not only, we are a business, we want to, do good work, but we love just being able to give advice and direction as well. So,
well,
no
I
problem.
appreciate you being here and giving that advice and direction. Quincy,
Yeah.
Thank you. But thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate your tips and pointers. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We will be back after these messages.
For over 20 years, Orange County has taken its unwanted gold, jewelry, timepieces, sterling silver, and coins to the Jewelry Box estate buyers and always received top dollar. Come see why for over 2 decades, Orange County has relied on the Jewelry Box estate buyers.
Go beyond better hearing with artificial intelligence. At Advanced Ear Care, we've taken regular hearing care to a new level with artificial intelligence performance. This provides smarter, clearer balance of sound. Artificial intelligence identifies background noises and reduces them so you can hear the soft-spoken speech clearly. Don't be afraid of this technology. It works automatically. Put them on and hear better all day in all situations. Hear the conversations clearly with family, friends, and caregivers. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Everybody's favorite summer bazaar is coming up this Saturday, July 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Clubhouse 5 Main Lounge. I know everybody really enjoys going to that bazaar and finding a bunch of treasures they never knew they needed. Let me know what you pick up. Today's high is going to be 76 degrees, low of 64. One of our cooler days in a 5-day stretch. We're heading up to about 80 on Thursday before we head back down to 76 on Saturday. So it looks like we're gonna bookend Thursday with some temperatures in the mid 70s and low 60s at night. Be nice days after the morning clouds burn off for some bright sunshine every day. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode of This Day. From all of us here, we wish yours a beautiful one. See you tomorrow.